Okay, so this is part 2 of what I made a video for the people who are recreating or rehashing or whatever they're doing to Mass Effect Trilogy that they're talking about doing for the next gen console, which is PlayStation 5, which is a pipe dream for me ever achieving. Alright, so there are some things I left out, and I just discovered them while playing game 2. I talked about everything else that I wanted to talk on. If you want to know what that is, go to part 1. It says, fast forward this to EA or Bioware. So this is part 2 to that. So there are a lot of things that the comic left out. It left off Rihanna Tanaptis, or whatever her name is. I'm going to that board right now where you go rescue Grunt. So it leaves her out when you deal with the comic book. It leaves out a few other things. And I also think that you should probably have a universal romance added in, so that you can date anyone and everyone that's not within the story, to make them more of the story. But I was thinking of something else before I started this video, and now that I forgot it, I'm hoping it comes back to me once I start playing. Yeah. I also hope they make the controls less sticky as they are right now. Yeah. Yeah, that Krogan's on fire. But yeah, you know, I'm hoping they figure out a way to make it, like, less tedious. And I just saw that Krogan. Goodbye, Krogan. How did I miss? I mean, he's right fucking in front of me. Sorry. But yeah, you know, there are some things that they could definitely improve in the comic. So if they're going to use the comic, so that you don't have to play the game, you know. And you should definitely go check out the other video that I said first, because that's a little bit more important than this one. But this is just like some touch-up stuff that it kind of just popped on me, you know. And I really think that they need to add more, they need to add more. They need to add more to the comic, you know. More in-depth details that they leave off when you don't get the first game. You know. And I need to stop this game so I can make this video. Because clearly the video game is distracting me big time. But anyway, they need to add more stuff. You know, like really add more stuff. No. And part of this and what I'm doing now is what I'm talking about. We have to go and go rescue Grunt. And then there's a little to know with Jador, whatever the hell his name is. You know, it's kind of and I would say that these games, like the mini games, I've never really been a big fan of them. I mean, they're okay, but I don't really like them. Yeah. Because you can open doors and shit. There should be like a workaround with a lot of stuff. Yeah. But mostly for the comic, you know, I want them to not leave off so much stuff. So you get the full benefit of game 1 and 2. And the comic is such a rip-off. You don't get all the you don't get the benefits of having everyone else in the game. Ooh, missile. Also, you know, Not just a universal romance. You should probably be able to romance Garrison, the first one, if you choose to be femship. Yeah. Also, I think that they didn't logically think this through, and this could go for both Mass Effect plus Mass Effect Andromeda. I think that you should have a personal fist fighting ability. You know, as a soldier, you can't always rely on your guns or your knives. And at least in Andromeda, you actually can use a knife. And in Mass Effect 3, you have the knife, like the Omni Blade or whatever. But you should be able to use a knife regardless, especially if you're a soldier. And they should put that in Mass Effect 2, the Omni Blade and any other blade. You should not just have to rely on guns all the time, even though it is an RPG shooting game. Yeah. So when you do the comic, and I hope you guys are paying attention, when you do the comic, you know, give us everything that you left out. That's the long and short. Y'all leave out some important characters out of the comic, and that's not cool. Yeah. Leave off a couple of things about the Volus. Leave off a lot of stuff. And you leave off some important Hanar. Especially like the one that you have to pay for his religious whatever rhetoric that he's doing. Sorry, you got a little bit distracted. Now I understand how I got the shield up and I'm still on fire. That was a close one. Also, the comic leaves off Balak, you know, where you get to decide if the people live or die. The comic leaves him off. You know, I'm just going through a bunch of stuff right now, and a good DLC would be we get to play as Legion, trying to find Commander Shepard, because that would be great. I'm sure the writers probably didn't think about that at the time, but you know, most people would be like, well, damn. If Legion was looking for him the whole time, how come we don't get to see anything about Legion? Maybe special DLC for the Prothean guy that leads up to him being locked up, but this time you actually get to play as Javik instead of living the story in a flashback. Lots of these are ideas that aren't even going to make it past the first damn day. But it won't hurt to have them. So when I get to the board where I have to go show the Asari chick, I'll pull this around. Let's go. For the most part, you know. There's not enough survival skills as Shepard. Yeah. I mean, there's a little more when you ride her, but there's not enough survival skills as Shepard outside of the gun. She have a military kill or a ninja kill. Sorry, those things are awesome when you hear those people scream. You held your shot. Can't target them. And there's that. That should not ever be an issue when you're a Vanguard. I mean, unless they're behind a freaking wall, which this person was not. Just far enough away. Which again, there are some things that they definitely need to fix. But with the comic, you know, you can add to things that you left off. The twins, Comrade Werner, Balak, you know, game, it kind of rips you when you don't get to do all the other stuff, you know. It's kind of fracked up. There's a lot of people that have played Mass Effect that be like, who's Comrade Werner? Well, Conrad is a guy who's a hero fan. You know, he's a Shepard fan to the max. And he kind of wants to be Shepard, whether you're male Shepard or female Shepard. And you have to hurt his feelings so that he'll stop doing stupid stuff. And then you bump into him again in the second game. But if you only play the comic book, then you don't even get to know who he is, or Gianna Paracini, or anyone. Yeah. Which kind of sucks.
Can't get a lock.
Not anymore, because I just set his ass on fire. And also, one very important thing this game needs to do in the Mass Effect in general is stop letting my soldiers run into my line of fire and then cussing me out because they're stupid to be running into my line of fire. I mean, they literally are cussing my ass out, but they're the ones running into my line of fire. I'm almost there. Which is another thing also, you know, the comic leaves off like so much important stuff. I mean, like literally it leaves off the important stuff. Get him, Jacob. Okay, Jacob must have got, yep, crumble the dust. Okay, we're going to pause the game. I'm going to lift you guys up to where I was talking about. Hopefully without dropping the game. Or my machine, rather. Okay. So this next board, when you walk in, you're supposed to meet Rana Tanaptis. I'm probably not saying her name right. Yeah, she's not even there, but she's supposed to be in here at the machine. No. And she gives you the rundown on what she did with Saren's stuff and what have you. But she's not in here at all. It's just a dead Krogan on the bench. So they need to add her to the comic, you know. Again, Captain Kirhi. Again, the other Solarian that escapes in the shootout, because you free one Solarian and you open the jail and like blast the other ones, but the one you free, you know, and then there's the crazy one. You don't know what happens to him. He pretty much dies. But you know, those are the things that they need to fix, and they should do that in the comic. I'll make a third video